Welcome to Epic Animal World. Wave. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of the ocean. Covering nearly 70% of our planet's surface, the ocean is not just water, it's home to millions of fascinating creatures. From the tiniest plankton to the giant blue whale, the ocean hides secrets we've only just begun to discover. Whale tropical fish. So, join us as we explore the untold stories and incredible wildlife beneath the waves. And don't forget to subscribe to Epic Animal World and hit the bell to stay updated with our latest adventures. Let's begin our ocean journey. Wave deep-sea creatures that never see light. Part 1. Introduction and AMP. The mysterious layers of the ocean. The ocean is one of the last great frontiers on Earth. While humans have explored the land, climbed the highest mountains, and even walked on the moon, the deep sea remains largely unexplored and mysterious. In fact, scientists estimate that we have explored less than 5% of the world's oceans. The remaining 95% is a world shrouded in darkness, crushing pressure, and strange life forms that seem to defy the rules of biology. When we think of the sea, most of us imagine blue water, coral reefs, colorful fish, and sunlight dancing on the waves. But beneath that familiar world lies a completely different realm, a place where sunlight never penetrates, where temperatures drop to near freezing, and where creatures have evolved unique adaptations just to survive. This is the deep sea, and it is home to some of the most bizarre and fascinating creatures on Earth, many of which never see light in their entire lifetimes. To understand these mysterious animals, we first need to explore the structure of the ocean itself. Scientists divide the ocean into layers or zones, based on how much sunlight penetrates the water. These zones are like hidden worlds stacked one on top of the other, each with its own environment and its own types of life. The ocean zones. 1. Epipelagic zone. The sunlight zone, the topmost layer of the ocean, is called the epipelagic zone. It extends from the surface down to about 200 meters, 650 feet. This is the part of the ocean we are most familiar with because it receives sunlight. Photosynthesis happens here, which means plants and plankton thrive. This zone is filled with life: coral reefs, dolphins, tuna, sharks, and countless colorful fish. It is the bright part of the ocean, the world we see in documentaries and when we go diving near the coast. But below 200 meters, the sunlight quickly fades. The water absorbs light, and soon, darkness takes over. 2. Mesopelagic zone. The twilight zone. From about 200 to 1,000 meters deep lies the mesopelagic zone, also known as the twilight zone. Here, only faint, ghostly traces of sunlight can penetrate. It is always dim, like a never-ending dusk. No plants can grow here because there isn't enough light for photosynthesis. The animals in this zone begin to look very different. Many are transparent to avoid being seen by predators. Others have big, sensitive eyes that capture even the faintest light. Some creatures, like the lanternfish, create their own light through a process called bioluminescence. This glowing ability allows them to communicate, attract mates, or confuse predators. Even though humans rarely see this world, the twilight zone is teeming with life. In fact, scientists believe that the mesopelagic zone contains more fish biomass than all other parts of the ocean combined. Millions of fish travel up to the surface at night to feed and then return to the safety of the twilight depths by day. This daily movement is the largest migration on Earth. 3. Bathypelagic zone. The midnight zone. Below 1,000 meters, no sunlight can penetrate. This is the bathypelagic zone, or the midnight zone. Here, the ocean is pitch black, cold, and silent, except for the occasional flashes of bioluminescent light from strange creatures. The pressure is immense, over 100 times greater than at the surface. Yet life thrives. This is the home of legendary deep-sea creatures like the anglerfish, which uses a glowing lure to attract prey, and the gulper eel, with its enormous mouth that can swallow prey larger than itself. Because no sunlight reaches this zone, the animals here never see natural light. Instead, they live in eternal darkness, relying on unique adaptations like large jaws, expandable stomachs, and glowing organs to survive. Point 4. Abyssopelagic zone. The abyssopelagic zone stretches from 4,000 to 6,000 meters deep. The name, abyss, comes from the Greek word meaning bottomless, and it perfectly describes this realm. Temperatures here hover near freezing, and the pressure is over 600 times greater than at the surface. It is an alien world where strange and terrifying creatures live, such as the fangtooth fish, with teeth so large they can't close their mouths properly, and the giant squid, which has inspired countless myths and legends. The abyss is a place where evolution has taken bizarre turns, creating animals that look like they belong in science fiction rather than reality. 5. Hadalpelagic zone, the trenches. The deepest part of the ocean is the hadalpelagic zone, found in ocean trenches that plunge deeper than 11,000 meters, 36,000 feet. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean is the most famous example. In this zone, the pressure is so extreme that it would crush most submarines. Yet, unbelievably, life still exists here. Tiny crustaceans, snailfish, and microorganisms survive in conditions that seem impossible. These creatures have never seen sunlight and likely never will. For them, the deep, crushing blackness is the only world they know. Why deep-sea creatures never see light? The deeper you go into the ocean, the less sunlight can penetrate. By the time you reach 1,000 meters, the world is in complete darkness. Creatures that live below this level spend their entire lives without ever encountering natural light. Instead of using sight the way surface animals do, they have developed other senses, sensitive lateral lines to detect movement, chemical sensors to smell prey, and in many cases, their own internal lights produced by bioluminescence. For them, the sun might as well not exist. Wave deep-sea creatures that never see light. Part 2. Adaptations of deep-sea creatures. Life in the deep ocean is unlike anything we experience on land or even near the surface of the sea. The conditions are extreme, crushing pressure, near freezing temperatures, and total darkness. Yet, despite these challenges, a rich and diverse ecosystem thrives. Deep-sea creatures have evolved astonishing adaptations that allow them to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. 1. Extreme pressure resistance. The pressure in the deep ocean increases by about 1 atmosphere every 10 meters. By the time you reach the bathypelagic zone at 1,000 meters, the pressure is 100 times greater than at the surface. In the abyssopelagic zone, it rises to over 600 times the surface pressure. Imagine being crushed by the weight of tons of water pressing down on every inch of your body. For humans, this would be fatal. Yet deep-sea creatures survive effortlessly. Their bodies are specially designed, soft, flexible structures. Many deep-sea fish lack rigid bones, giving them a squishy, gelatinous appearance that allows their bodies to withstand immense pressure. Minimal air spaces. Unlike land animals or surface fish, most deep-sea creatures have no lungs or swim bladders filled with gas, as air pockets would collapse under pressure. Special proteins and enzymes. Their biochemistry is adapted to high pressure, allowing their cells to function normally where normal proteins would denature. 2. Adaptations to eternal darkness. Since sunlight cannot reach depths below 1,000 meters, deep-sea creatures live in perpetual night. Evolution has created incredible solutions. Loss of eyesight. Many creatures, such as the vampire squid and certain abyssal fish, have tiny or non-existent eyes. They rely on other senses like touch, smell, and detecting vibrations in the water. Enhanced vision. In some species, some twilight zone fish, like the hatchetfish, have extremely large, tubular eyes that maximize light capture. These eyes can detect faint glimmers of bioluminescent light from prey or predators. Bioluminescence. This is one of the most fascinating adaptations. About 90% of creatures living below 1,000 meters produce their own light. Bioluminescence serves multiple purposes: attracting prey, communicating, scaring predators, or finding mates. The anglerfish, for instance, dangles a glowing lure from its head to draw unsuspecting prey close enough to devour. 3. Slow metabolism. Food is scarce in the deep ocean. Most creatures cannot rely on hunting or grazing continuously. To survive, they have evolved a slow metabolism, which reduces their energy requirements. Energy efficiency. Some species may survive for months without food, conserving energy by moving very little. Expandable stomachs. Animals like the gulper eel can swallow prey almost as large as themselves, ensuring they get maximum nutrition when an opportunity arises. Opportunistic feeding. Many deep-sea creatures eat anything they find, including detritus or the remains of surface-dwelling animals that sink to the depths, often called marine snow. Elongated bodies. Eels and other fish often have long, thin bodies that help them navigate tight spaces and ambush prey. The fangtooth fish, for instance, has teeth so long that it cannot close its mouth fully. Gelatinous tissues. Some creatures, like the Dumbo octopus, have soft, jelly-like bodies that can withstand pressure and move with minimal energy. 5. Camouflage and defense. Even in the dark, hiding is essential. Transparency. Many animals in the mesopelagic zone are nearly invisible, with transparent bodies that make them hard to detect. Dark coloration. Abyssal creatures are often jet black or dark red. Red light doesn't penetrate deep water, so red animals appear invisible. Spines and bioluminescent decoys. Certain species use glowing spots or spines to distract predators while they escape. 6. Reproduction in the deep. Reproducing in the dark and sparsely populated deep sea is a challenge. Some animals have extreme adaptations, sexual parasitism. In anglerfish, males are tiny and attach themselves permanently to females, becoming little more than sperm-producing appendages. This ensures reproduction even if mates are scarce. Mass spawning. Some species release millions of eggs into the water, relying on chance for survival. Extended parental care. Deep-sea species often invest heavily in fewer offspring to increase survival rates. 7. Chemical sensing and mechanoreception. Without light, deep-sea creatures rely on other senses to survive. Lateral lines. Many fish have a lateral line system that detects vibrations in the water, allowing them to sense predators or prey. Chemosensory organs. Certain fish and invertebrates can smell or detect chemicals in the water to locate food from hundreds of meters away. Electroreception. Some species, like certain sharks, can detect electrical fields generated by other animals, helping them hunt in complete darkness. 8. Longevity and growth. Deep-sea creatures often live longer than surface dwellers. Slow growth. The extreme cold and low metabolism mean that creatures grow very slowly. Some deep-sea fish live for decades. Delayed maturity. Many species take years or even decades to reach sexual maturity, which balances their long lifespans. Wave. Deep-sea creatures that never see light. Part 3. Iconic deep-sea creatures. The deep ocean is home to some of the most bizarre, alien-looking creatures on Earth. Many of these animals have evolved extraordinary adaptations to survive in complete darkness, extreme pressure, and near-freezing temperatures. Below, we explore some of the most fascinating and mysterious inhabitants of the deep sea. 1. Anglerfish. Perhaps the most famous deep-sea predator, the anglerfish is a master of deception and survival. Found in the bathypelagic zone, anglerfish are known for their bioluminescent lure, a glowing appendage that hangs in front of their mouths. Appearance. Anglerfish have enormous heads, huge mouths, and sharp, fang-like teeth. Their bodies are often dark brown or black, making them nearly invisible in the midnight zone. Bioluminescent lure. The light at the tip of the dorsal spine is produced by symbiotic bacteria. It attracts prey like smaller fish, which swim right into the anglerfish's jaws. Reproduction. Male anglerfish are tiny compared to females and engage in sexual parasitism, permanently attaching themselves to the female and supplying sperm for life. Behavior. They are ambush predators, relying on patience rather than speed. Their slow metabolism allows them to survive on rare meals. The anglerfish exemplifies the ingenuity of evolution in a world without light. 2. Gulper eel. The gulper eel, also called the pelican eel, is another deep-sea marvel. Its enormous mouth can swallow prey nearly as large as itself, and it has a long, ribbon-like body that can stretch several meters. Adaptation. The gulper eel's expandable stomach allows it to consume large prey that drifts into its path. Habitat. Found in the bathypelagic zone, it spends its life in total darkness. Hunting strategy. It uses its enormous jaws to scoop in unsuspecting prey, from small fish to squid. The gulper eel reminds us that survival in the deep sea often depends on being prepared for rare opportunities. 3. Vampire squid. Features of both. Its name comes from its dark coloration and cloak-like webbing between its arms. Appearance. The vampire squid has large, light-sensitive eyes, bioluminescent photophores, and a soft, gelatinous body. Capture organic particles. Defense mechanisms. When threatened, it rolls into a ball, exposing glowing spines to confuse predators. Flashes of light, serving both defense and communication purposes. The vampire squid demonstrates the adaptation of deep-sea animals to energy scarcity, thriving without needing to hunt large prey. 4. Giant squid. The giant squid, Architeuthis dux, has fascinated humans for centuries, inspiring myths of the kraken. Living in deep oceans, it can reach up to 13 meters, 43 feet, in length. Anatomy. It has large eyes, up to 27 centimeters across, to detect faint light in the deep. Its tentacles are armed with suckers and small hooks to capture prey. Diet. Giant squids feed primarily on deep-sea fish and smaller squids, hunting with stealth and power. Mystery. Despite being one of the largest invertebrates, giant squids are rarely seen alive. Most of what we know comes from dead specimens washed ashore or captured by deep-sea cameras. The giant squid is a perfect example of nature's extremes, surviving in near-total darkness while growing to colossal sizes. 5. Lanternfish. Lanternfish are small but immensely important in the deep-sea ecosystem. They inhabit the mesopelagic zone and are responsible for the largest daily migration on Earth. Bioluminescence. Lanternfish have photophores along their bodies, used for camouflage, communication, and predator avoidance. Migration. Every night, they rise to the surface to feed on plankton and return to the depths by day, contributing significantly to the ocean's carbon cycle. Diet. They feed on plankton and tiny crustaceans, supporting larger predators like squids, tuna, and whales. Lanternfish illustrate how even small creatures play critical roles in the deep-sea food web. 6. Barrel-eye fish. The barrel-eye fish, Macropina microstoma, is famous for its transparent head. This allows it to see prey above it while swimming in complete darkness. Eyes. Its tubular eyes point upwards through a clear, fluid-filled dome on its head. This unique adaptation lets it spot silhouettes of prey or predators against faint light from above. Behavior. The fish hovers motionless, scanning for food. Its diet mainly consists of small crustaceans and plankton. The barrel-eye fish is a living reminder of how evolution finds creative solutions to visual challenges in the deep sea. 7. Fangtooth fish. The fangtooth fish has one of the most intimidating appearances of any deep-sea animal. Appearance. Despite being small, around 16 centimeters, it has enormous, fang-like teeth and a disproportionately large head. Adaptation. Its body is dark black or brown, making it nearly invisible in the midnight zone. Behavior. It ambushes prey, using its massive teeth to secure food in an environment where meals are scarce. The fangtooth fish proves that size is not always needed for fearsome predation in the deep. 8. Dumbo octopus. The Dumbo octopus, Grimpoteuthis, is named for its ear-like fins that resemble the Disney character Dumbo's ears. Movement. It flies gracefully through water using its fins and undulating arms, conserving energy. Diet. It feeds on worms, crustaceans, and other small creatures. Adaptation. It lives at extreme depths, sometimes below 7,000 meters, where pressure would crush most animals. Dumbo octopuses show that even in darkness, beauty and elegance can thrive in the deep sea. 9. Other fascinating species. Viperfish. With bioluminescent photophores and long, fang-like teeth, it is a terrifying predator. Deep-sea jellyfish. Some glow to attract prey, others use stinging cells to survive. Ghost shark, chimera. Rare, delicate creatures with ancient lineage, adapted to life in extreme depths. These species highlight the diversity and strangeness of life that has adapted to a world without sunlight. Wave deep-sea creatures that never see light. Part 4. Bioluminescence, scientific discoveries, and ongoing mysteries. The deep sea is a world without sunlight, yet it is far from completely dark. Many creatures have evolved to produce their own light through a phenomenon called bioluminescence. This ability not only allows them to survive but also plays a crucial role in communication, hunting, and reproduction. 1. What is bioluminescence? Bioluminescence is the production and emission of light by living organisms. It occurs through a chemical reaction inside specialized cells called photophores. These cells contain luciferin, a molecule that emits light when oxidized, and an enzyme called luciferase, which catalyzes the reaction. The resulting glow can vary in color, intensity, and pattern depending on the species and its purpose. In the deep sea, where sunlight cannot penetrate beyond 1,000 meters, bioluminescence becomes a primary source of visual communication. About 90% of the animals living below this depth are capable of producing some form of light. 2. Purposes of bioluminescence. A. Hunting and attracting prey. Predators like the anglerfish use glowing lures to attract unsuspecting prey. The light appears harmless to smaller fish, which swim close enough to be captured. Similarly, certain squids and jellyfish use blinking or pulsing lights to confuse or attract prey in the dark. B. Communication. Some deep-sea animals flash specific light patterns to signal mates or rivals. For example, lanternfish use synchronized flashes to find partners during spawning. Even slight variations in the frequency, color, or intensity of the glow can carry specific messages. C. Camouflage. Counterintuitive as it sounds, bioluminescence can also act as camouflage. In a technique called counter-illumination, animals produce light on their undersides that matches the faint light from above. This makes them nearly invisible to predators looking up from below. D. Defense mechanism. Many species use sudden bursts of light to startle or distract predators. Some squids eject bioluminescent clouds, similar to smoke, to escape. Others display glowing appendages or flashing patterns to confuse attackers, buying precious seconds to flee. 3. Incredible bioluminescent creatures. Anglerfish uses a glowing lure to attract prey in complete darkness. Vampire squid produces blue and red flashes along its arms as a defense mechanism. Lanternfish uses body photophores to communicate and avoid predators. Deep-sea jellyfish. Some species pulse with colorful lights to stun prey or predators. Hatchetfish produces downward-facing light to camouflage itself from predators below. Each of these adaptations demonstrates nature's ingenuity in overcoming the challenges of life in a sunless world. 4. Scientific discoveries in the deep sea. The deep sea remains one of Earth's least explored frontiers. Thanks to advances in technology, scientists are beginning to uncover its secrets. A. Submersibles and ROVs. Modern submersibles and remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, can reach depths of over 11,000 meters, sending back high-resolution video of life forms previously unseen. These machines have revealed extraordinary behaviors, such as predation, mating, and migration in complete darkness. B. DNA and molecular studies. Genetic analysis has uncovered new species and evolutionary adaptations. Many deep-sea organisms have genes enabling them to survive extreme pressure, low temperatures, and starvation. This research may even inspire innovations in medicine, material science, and biotechnology. C. Marine snow and food chains. The discovery of marine snow, a constant shower of organic material falling from the upper ocean, has shed light on how deep-sea ecosystems survive. Tiny creatures feed on this detritus, forming the base of a complex food web that supports larger predators. D. Surprising longevity. Some deep-sea creatures, like the Greenland shark, live for centuries. Their slow metabolism and cold environment allow them to grow and age more slowly than surface species. 5. Ongoing mysteries. Despite technological advances, the deep sea is still largely unknown. Some mysteries include unseen species. Scientists estimate that millions of species may exist in the deep ocean that we have never documented. Unusual behaviors. Predatory strategies, mating rituals, and social interactions remain largely unexplored. Extreme life adaptations. The limits of pressure, temperature, and darkness that life can survive are still being tested by deep-sea research. Bioluminescence secrets. We are only beginning to understand the chemical and evolutionary reasons for the diversity of glowing patterns. The deep sea continues to challenge our understanding of biology and evolution. Every expedition brings new surprises, showing that life finds a way even in the most inhospitable places on Earth. Wave deep-sea creatures that never see light. Part 5. Conclusion, fascinating facts, and call to action. The deep sea is an alien world hidden beneath miles of water, a realm where darkness reigns and pressures are unimaginable. It is home to creatures that defy human imagination, creatures with glowing lures, fang-filled mouths, transparent heads, and bodies that can withstand conditions lethal to most life forms. After exploring the depths, observing anglerfish, gulper eels, vampire squids, giant squids, lanternfish, barrel eyefish, and countless others, one thing becomes abundantly clear. The deep ocean is one of the most extreme, yet life-rich, environments on Earth. 1. Fascinating facts about the deep sea. Extreme longevity. Some species, like the Greenland shark, can live over 400 years, growing and aging at an incredibly slow rate due to cold temperatures and low metabolism. Deepest explorations. The Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean, reaches nearly 11,000 meters. Life thrives even in this crushing environment. Alien-like creatures. Many deep-sea species resemble aliens more than fish, from the gelatinous Dumbo octopus to the terrifying fangtooth fish. Bioluminescence dominates. In the midnight zone, roughly 90% of animals produce their own light to survive. Rare encounters. Most deep-sea creatures have never been seen alive by humans. We rely on ROVs, submersibles, and rare captures to study them. Food scarcity. Animals survive on marine snow, organic debris slowly drifting down from the surface, or rare prey, leading to bizarre hunting adaptations like enormous mouths and expandable stomachs. Unknown biodiversity. Scientists estimate that millions of deep-sea species remain undiscovered, meaning the ocean holds secrets beyond imagination. 2. The importance of deep-sea exploration. Studying deep-sea ecosystems is not just about satisfying human curiosity. It has critical implications for science and humanity. Climate science. Deep-sea creatures play a crucial role in carbon cycling, which affects the global climate. Medical discoveries. Bioluminescent chemicals and unique enzymes found in deep-sea organisms could lead to breakthroughs in medicine, including cancer research. Understanding evolution. The extreme adaptations in the deep sea offer insights into evolution, survival, and life's resilience under harsh conditions. Technological innovations. Studying how these creatures thrive under high pressure and darkness inspires new materials, robotics, and engineering solutions. The more we explore, the more we understand the interconnectedness of life on Earth, from the sunlit surface to the crushing darkness of the ocean depths. 3. The mysteries that remain. Despite decades of exploration, the deep sea remains largely unknown. Undiscovered species. Millions of organisms may still live in the deep ocean, many with adaptations we cannot yet imagine. Behavioral secrets. Predation, mating, and social behaviors of many species are still mysteries. Extreme life limits. Scientists continue to study how life survives under extreme pressure, cold, and darkness. Bioluminescence complexity. We are only beginning to understand why so many species evolved light-producing organs and how they communicate with them. The deep sea is a final frontier on Earth, where humans have barely scratched the surface. Each new discovery reveals life's resilience and creativity in unimaginable conditions. 4. Lessons from the deep sea. The creatures of the deep ocean teach us humility and wonder. Conservation is crucial. As humans exploit the oceans, we risk destroying these fragile, mysterious ecosystems before we truly understand them. 5. Call to action. As we conclude this journey through the abyss, it's important to remember that the ocean is not infinite, and life beneath the waves is vulnerable. Here's how you can help. Stay curious, explore documentaries, read scientific research, and support ocean exploration. Protect the oceans, reduce pollution, avoid plastic waste, and support sustainable seafood. Share knowledge. Spread awareness about the amazing creatures of the deep sea. Subscribe and engage. If you enjoyed this journey into the mysterious world beneath the waves, like, comment, and subscribe to support more deep sea explorations. The deep sea is a realm of darkness, mystery, and astonishing life, a reminder that our planet still holds secrets that can inspire wonder and awe for generations to come. Every fish, squid, and jellyfish that glows, hunts, or survives in total darkness tells a story of evolution's ingenuity and life's remarkable resilience. The ocean, covering over 70% of our planet, is one of the last unexplored frontiers on Earth. While humans have ventured into outer space, climbed the tallest mountains, and explored every continent, the deep sea remains largely mysterious. Scientists estimate that less than 5% of the ocean floor has been explored, leaving the remaining 95% a dark, pressurized world teeming with life forms that often seem alien. When most people imagine the ocean, they picture sunlit coral reefs, schools of colorful fish, and waves sparkling under the sun. Yet beneath this familiar world lies a realm of eternal darkness, extreme pressure, near freezing temperatures, and unimaginable biodiversity. This is the deep sea, a world that few humans have witnessed firsthand. It is home to creatures that have adapted in extraordinary ways to survive without ever seeing natural light. The story of deep sea life is not only one of survival but also of evolution's most ingenious and creative solutions. These adaptations include bioluminescence, extreme pressure resistance, slow metabolism, and unusual reproductive strategies, among others. To truly understand these creatures, we must first examine the structure of the ocean itself. The ocean zones. A layered world. The ocean is divided into zones based on light penetration, pressure, and temperature. Each zone hosts unique ecosystems, forming distinct worlds stacked upon each other. 1. Epipelagic zone, the sunlight zone. The epipelagic zone, extending from the surface to roughly 200 meters, 650 feet, is the part of the ocean most familiar to us. Sunlight penetrates this zone, allowing photosynthesis, which supports a variety of life including plankton, corals, jellyfish, fish, and marine mammals. Temperature and environment. The water is relatively warm, ranging between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius in tropical regions. Life forms. Dolphins, tuna, sharks, sea turtles, and colorful reef fish dominate. Ecological importance. This zone fuels the ocean's food chain, producing oxygen and serving as a hub for migratory species. While this zone is vibrant and visible, it serves as a gateway to the twilight and midnight zones below, where light diminishes and life becomes increasingly extraordinary. 2. Mesopelagic zone. The twilight zone from 200 meters to 1,000 meters. Sunlight barely penetrates, creating the twilight zone. Plants cannot survive here, so the ecosystem relies on organic material falling from the epipelagic zone and highly specialized predators. Life forms. Many animals have large, sensitive eyes to detect faint glimmers of light. Examples include the hatchetfish and lanternfish. Bioluminescence. Over 80% of animals in this zone produce their own light to hunt, communicate, or avoid predators. Behavior. Lanternfish engage in vertical migrations, traveling hundreds of meters to the surface at night to feed on plankton, returning to the depths by day. This is considered the largest animal migration on Earth. Adaptations in this zone demonstrate the beginning of evolutionary creativity, balancing limited resources, faint light, and predator-prey dynamics. 3. Bathypelagic zone, the midnight zone. From 1,000 meters to 4,000 meters, we enter the bathypelagic or midnight zone, where sunlight disappears completely. Here, darkness is absolute, water temperatures drop to 2 to 4 degrees Celsius, and pressure increases dramatically. Life forms. Predators such as the anglerfish and gulper eel dominate. Feeding strategies. Many animals are ambush predators, with large jaws and expandable stomachs to capture scarce meals. Reproduction. Extreme scarcity has led to specialized reproductive adaptations, like the male anglerfish permanently fusing with the female. This zone is one of the most alien environments on Earth, where creatures rely on bioluminescence, chemical sensing, and extreme patience to survive. 4. Abyssopelagic zone. The abyss between 4,000 and 6,000 meters lies the abyssopelagic zone. Temperatures hover near freezing, and pressure exceeds 400 to 600 atmospheres. Notable creatures: fangtooth fish, giant squid, occasional sightings, and certain species of deep-sea jellyfish inhabit this zone. Body adaptations. Many animals are soft-bodied or gelatinous, helping them withstand extreme pressure. Ecological challenges. Food is extremely limited. Most life feeds on marine snow or rare carcasses drifting from the upper zones. Despite the harshness, life thrives, demonstrating resilience and adaptability beyond human imagination. 5. Hadalpelagic zone, the trenches. The deepest known ocean areas, the hadalpelagic zone, exist in trenches that plunge beyond 11,000 meters, like the Mariana Trench. Pressure and amp. Temperature. Pressure exceeds 1,000 atmospheres, and temperatures stay around 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. Life forms. Tiny crustaceans, deep-sea snailfish, and microorganisms dominate. Challenges. No sunlight reaches these depths, and very little food is available. Survival depends on extreme specialization and efficiency. Even here, where humans would be crushed instantly, life finds a way. This zone is the epitome of evolutionary ingenuity in darkness. Why deep-sea creatures never see light. The farther we descend, the less sunlight penetrates. By the bathypelagic zone, no natural light exists, and creatures have evolved to live entirely without vision in the traditional sense. Many rely on enhanced sensory systems, detecting vibrations, electrical fields, or chemical cues in the water. Bioluminescence, either to lure prey, communicate, or camouflage themselves. Energy efficiency. Slow metabolisms and low activity conserve energy in food-scarce environments. In these depths, the sun might as well not exist. The animals here inhabit a world of eternal darkness, where light is produced, not received. Extended notes and AMP, scientific insights. Pressure adaptation proteins. Many deep-sea species possess specialized proteins and enzymes that function under high pressure, preventing cell collapse. Energy conservation. With limited food sources, species often grow slowly, live long, and reproduce less frequently. Evolutionary isolation. Some deep-sea species have existed for hundreds of millions of years, virtually unchanged, due to isolation and extreme conditions. The ocean's layers are not just physical boundaries, they are biological, ecological, and evolutionary realms, each shaping the unique adaptations of the creatures within them. Wave deep-sea creatures that never see light. Part 2. Adaptations of deep-sea creatures, extended version. Life in the deep sea is one of the most extreme forms of survival on Earth. Sunlight disappears beyond 1,000 meters, pressures rise to levels that would instantly crush a human, and temperatures hover just above freezing. Yet, life thrives, not just surviving but evolving some of the most extraordinary adaptations found anywhere on the planet. These adaptations are essential for finding food, avoiding predators, reproducing, and communicating in a world of perpetual darkness and scarcity. Below, we explore the key adaptations of deep-sea creatures in detail, with examples, scientific explanations, and remarkable evolutionary solutions. 1. Extreme pressure resistance. Pressure increases by 1 atmosphere every 10 meters of depth. At 1,000 meters, it is 100 times the pressure at sea level. In the abyss, pressures exceed 600 to 1,000 atmospheres. Life here requires structural and biochemical adaptations. Soft, flexible bodies. Many deep-sea fish, such as the Dumbo octopus, have gelatinous tissues instead of rigid bones, allowing them to withstand immense pressure. Lack of gas-filled cavities. Swim bladders or lungs collapse under pressure, so deep-sea creatures rely on dense, water-filled bodies. Pressure-tolerant proteins. Their enzymes and structural proteins are adapted to prevent denaturation under extreme pressure. Scientists study these proteins for industrial and medical applications, such as pressure-stable enzymes for chemical reactions. Cell membrane adaptations. Membranes contain more unsaturated fatty acids, keeping them fluid under high pressure and cold temperatures. These adaptations allow creatures to survive in conditions that would instantly kill surface animals. 2. Adaptations to eternal darkness. In the deep sea, sunlight disappears completely below 1,000 meters. Animals have developed specialized vision, bioluminescence, and sensory mechanisms, a loss or modification of eyes. Many species, like the vampire squid, have reduced eyes or rely on light-detecting photoreceptors rather than traditional vision. Other species, like the barrel eye fish, have enormous tubular eyes that point upward through a transparent head dome, capturing faint silhouettes of prey above. B. Bioluminescence. About 90% of deep-sea species produce light. The anglerfish uses a glowing lure to attract prey. The lanternfish uses synchronized light flashes to communicate during spawning. Some squids and jellyfish produce flashes of light to confuse predators. C. Non-visual senses. Lateral line systems detect vibrations in water, helping predators and prey sense movement. Chemosensory organs allow fish and invertebrates to detect chemical cues over hundreds of meters. Electroreception, seen in some sharks, detects the electrical signals of nearby animals. These adaptations allow deep-sea creatures to navigate, hunt, and communicate without ever seeing sunlight. 3. Slow metabolism and energy efficiency. Food is scarce in the deep sea. To survive. Slow metabolism. Many animals, like the gulper eel, can survive months without food. Opportunistic feeding. Predators eat anything that drifts by, from plankton to carcasses. Expandable stomachs. Species like the gulper eel can consume prey nearly their own size. Low activity. Many deep-sea creatures float or hover rather than swim continuously, conserving energy. This energy efficiency is vital for survival in an environment where meals are rare. 4. Unique body structures. Deep-sea animals have evolved unusual body structures for survival. Elongated bodies. Eels and some fish have thin, ribbon-like shapes to navigate narrow spaces. Sharp teeth and massive jaws. Predators like the fangtooth fish and viperfish can catch any available prey. Gelatinous tissue. Creatures like the Dumbo octopus can withstand immense pressure. Transparent bodies. Found in many mesopelagic species to avoid detection by predators. Every body feature is fine-tuned by evolution for a world without light, limited food, and extreme pressure. 5. Camouflage and defense. Even in darkness, hiding is essential. Transparency. Many midwater fish, like certain lanternfish, are nearly invisible. Dark coloration. Abyssal species are often black or dark red, making them invisible to the few predators that can see faint bioluminescent light. Bioluminescent decoys. Some squids eject glowing clouds to distract predators while escaping. Defense strategies are as varied as the creatures themselves. Survival often depends on being unseen or unpredictable. 6. Reproduction in extreme conditions. Finding a mate in the deep sea is challenging. Evolution has created extraordinary reproductive strategies. Sexual parasitism. Male anglerfish fuse to the female, ensuring reproduction in a sparsely populated environment. Mass spawning. Some species release millions of eggs to increase chances of survival. Extended parental investment. Some creatures produce fewer offspring but invest heavily to ensure survival. Reproduction strategies are shaped by scarce resources and low population density. 7. Pressure-resistant biochemistry. Deep sea life also survives thanks to special chemical adaptations. Piezoproteins protect enzymes from pressure-induced denaturation. Cryoprotectants. Chemicals in some species prevent cells from freezing in near-freezing water. Unique lipids keep cell membranes fluid under extreme cold and pressure. These adaptations allow life to exist at pressures and temperatures lethal to most surface species. 8. Longevity and growth patterns. Many deep-sea creatures live extraordinarily long lives. Greenland sharks can live up to 400 years. Slow growth rates ensure survival despite scarce food. Delayed sexual maturity balances long lifespans with reproduction. This slow pace is an evolutionary adaptation to an environment where energy is precious. 9. Case studies of adaptation. Anglerfish uses bioluminescent lure and sexual parasitism. Vampire squid feeds on marine snow, uses glowing spines for defense. Dumbo octopus, soft-bodied, efficient movement in high pressure. Gulper eel, expandable jaws for rare prey. Fangtooth fish, enormous fangs for ambush predation. Barrel eye fish, transparent head for enhanced upward vision. Each example highlights the diverse strategies life employs to survive in darkness and pressure. Wave deep-sea creatures that never see light. Part 2. Adaptations of deep-sea creatures, extended version. Life in the deep ocean is one of the most extreme adaptations on Earth. The creatures that inhabit the mesopelagic, bathypelagic, abyssopelagic, and hadalpelagic zones face challenges that are unimaginable for humans. Total darkness, crushing pressure, near freezing temperatures, and extreme scarcity of food. Yet, life thrives. Evolution has crafted ingenious solutions that allow these animals to survive, reproduce, and even thrive in an environment that seems utterly inhospitable. Let's explore the most fascinating adaptations in depth. 1. Extreme pressure resistance. Pressure in the deep sea increases by about 1 atmosphere every 10 meters. By 1,000 meters, it is already 100 times greater than at the surface. In the abyss, pressure can exceed 600 to 1,100 atmospheres, equivalent to having tons of water pressing on every square inch of the body. Soft and flexible bodies. Many deep-sea fish and invertebrates, such as the Dumbo octopus, lack rigid bones. This gelatinous structure allows them to withstand immense pressures without collapsing. Absence of air-filled organs. Unlike surface fish, deep-sea species do not have gas-filled swim bladders, which would implode under pressure. Specialized biochemistry. Their proteins and enzymes are adapted to function under extreme pressure. For instance, deep-sea bacteria produce enzymes that work optimally at 1,000 times atmospheric pressure, a capability impossible for surface life. Minimal skeletons. Many creatures, such as anglerfish and gulper eels, have reduced or soft skeletons, allowing them to conserve energy while surviving crushing depths. These adaptations highlight how evolution molds biology to survive extreme physics. 2. Adaptations to eternal darkness. Beyond 1,000 meters, sunlight vanishes entirely. Life exists in perpetual night, yet animals thrive using alternative strategies. A. Enhanced vision. Some species, especially in the twilight zone, have evolved large, tubular eyes that can capture even the faintest glimmers of light. Examples include hatchetfish, sensitive to faint bioluminescent signals from prey or predators. Barrel eye fish. Possesses transparent head domes that allow eyes to look upward through the top of the skull. B. Bioluminescence. About 90% of deep-sea species below 1,000 meters are capable of producing light. This occurs via photophores, cells that emit light through chemical reactions involving luciferin and luciferase. Purposes include attracting prey. The anglerfish's glowing lure draws unsuspecting fish close enough to be captured. Defense. Vampire squids eject glowing clouds to confuse predators. Communication. Lanternfish flash patterns to locate mates. Camouflage, counter-illumination. Many midwater fish produce light on their undersides to blend with faint light from above, rendering them invisible from predators below. C. Loss or modification of eyes. Some abyssal and hadal creatures have tiny, vestigial eyes or no eyes at all. Examples. Vampire squid. Possesses massive eyes optimized for detecting faint light, yet does not hunt using vision primarily. Certain snailfish species, blind, relying entirely on touch and chemical senses. This demonstrates that evolution tailors senses to environmental needs, replacing sight with alternative detection methods where vision is useless. 3. Slow metabolism. Food scarcity drives another crucial adaptation: slow metabolism. Energy conservation is vital in the deep sea. Extended starvation tolerance. Many deep sea fish can survive months without food. Opportunistic feeding. Animals like the gulper eel and fangtooth fish consume anything they encounter. Expandable stomachs. Species like gulper eels can swallow prey nearly their own size, ensuring no opportunity is wasted. Energy-efficient movement. Many animals drift or hover rather than swim actively to save energy. Slow metabolism also contributes to longevity, with some species, like the Greenland shark, living for 400+ years. 4. Unique body structures. Deep-sea creatures often develop bizarre and specialized morphologies. Elongated bodies. Eels and certain fish navigate tight spaces and ambush prey. Large jaws and sharp teeth. Fangtooth fish have teeth so long that they cannot fully close their mouths. Gelatinous tissues. Dumbo octopuses and deep-sea jellyfish have soft, flexible bodies that withstand pressure while minimizing energy expenditure. Camouflage and transparency. Many midwater species, such as the glass squid, are nearly invisible to predators. Dark red or black pigmentation. In total darkness, red appears black, making animals invisible in the abyss. These physical traits are direct responses to environmental pressures, showing how morphology is shaped by extreme conditions. 5. Camouflage and defense. Even in darkness, survival depends on avoiding predators. Transparency. Midwater animals like certain jellyfish are invisible against the faint background light. Coloration. Abyssal animals often appear jet black or dark red. Spines and bioluminescent decoys. Some squids and small fish produce sudden flashes or glowing spots to distract attackers. Adaptation for defense is as crucial as adaptation for hunting. 6. Reproduction in the deep. Mating is exceptionally challenging in the sparsely populated deep sea. Evolution has led to extraordinary reproductive adaptations. Sexual parasitism. Male anglerfish permanently attach to females to ensure reproduction. Mass spawning. Lanternfish release millions of eggs into the water, increasing chances of survival. Extended parental care. Certain deep-sea invertebrates produce fewer, more developed offspring with higher survival probability. Hermaphroditism. Some deep-sea species are hermaphrodites, allowing any encounter with a mate to result in reproduction. These strategies reflect the difficulty of finding mates in vast, dark environments. 7. Chemical sensing and mechanoreception. Without light, animals rely on alternative senses to navigate and hunt. Lateral line systems. Detect vibrations in water, common in deep-sea fish. Chemosensory organs. Detect chemicals or scents, enabling prey location from long distances. Electroreception. Sharks and certain rays can detect electrical fields generated by other organisms. These adaptations demonstrate that vision is not the only tool for survival in the deep ocean. 8. Longevity and growth. Deep sea life often exhibits slow growth and extended lifespan. Slow growth, cold temperatures and low metabolism slow development. Delayed maturity. Some species take decades to reach sexual maturity. Long lifespan. Greenland sharks and some deep-sea corals can live centuries. Longevity and slow reproduction are strategies shaped by scarcity and environmental extremity. 9. Energy efficiency and survival strategies. Deep-sea creatures often combine multiple adaptations for energy efficiency. Hovering or drifting instead of active swimming conserves energy. Using bioluminescence sparingly to avoid energy waste. Diet flexibility, eating detritus, plankton, smaller fish, or carcasses. These strategies ensure survival in a habitat where food is rare and conditions are extreme. Wave deep-sea creatures that never see light. Part 3. Iconic deep-sea creatures, extended version. The deep sea is a realm of perpetual darkness, where sunlight never penetrates and pressures crush most surface life forms. Yet, it is teeming with creatures that boggle the human imagination. Many of these animals have evolved astonishing adaptations that allow them to survive, hunt, and reproduce in extreme conditions. Below, we explore the most iconic and fascinating deep-sea species, their behavior, anatomy, and the mysteries they hold. 1. Anglerfish, the master of deception. The anglerfish is perhaps the most famous deep-sea predator. It thrives in the bathypelagic zone, relying on cunning rather than speed. Appearance: dark brown to black body, enormous head, huge mouth, and fang-like teeth. Its body is soft, allowing survival under extreme pressure. Bioluminescent lure: a glowing appendage called the esca hangs above its mouth. This is covered in symbiotic bacteria that emit light, attracting prey in total darkness. Feeding behavior: anglerfish are ambush predators, lying in wait for prey to approach the lure before snapping their massive jaws. Reproduction: male anglerfish are tiny compared to females. In a unique process called sexual parasitism, the male fuses permanently to the female, ensuring a lifetime supply of sperm. Scientific insight: the anglerfish's lure demonstrates coevolution with bacteria, a perfect example of symbiosis in extreme environments. Fun fact: some anglerfish can swallow prey nearly half their body size. 2. Gulper eel. The expansive predator. The gulper eel, also called the pelican eel, has one of the largest mouths relative to its body size. Appearance: long, ribbon-like body stretching up to 2 to 3 meters, tiny eyes, massive jaws, and a soft, flexible body. Feeding strategy: its expandable stomach allows it to consume prey almost its size. This is crucial in the food-scarce deep sea. Habitat: lives in the bathypelagic zone, rarely approaching the upper layers. Behavior: slow-moving, relying on ambush tactics. It swallows prey whole, using minimal energy. Fun fact: gulper eels can drift motionlessly for hours, saving energy while waiting for prey. 3. Vampire squid. The ancient survivor. The vampire squid, Vampiroteuthis infernalis, is neither a true squid nor octopus, but a living fossil. Appearance: dark red body, cloak-like webbing between arms, massive light-sensitive eyes. Diet: unlike predatory squids, it feeds on marine snow using sticky filaments. Defense: when threatened, it rolls into a ball, exposing bioluminescent spines to confuse predators. Bioluminescence: photophores create blue and red flashes, used for defense and communication. Scientific insight: vampire squids thrive in oxygen minimum zones, areas where most other animals cannot survive, demonstrating extreme environmental specialization. 4. Giant squid. The legendary deep-sea monster. The giant squid, Architeuthis dux, has inspired myths and legends for centuries. Size: can reach 13 meters, 43 feet. Eyes up to 27 centimeters, the largest in the animal kingdom, allowing detection of faint light. Diet: feeds primarily on deep-sea fish and smaller squid. Behavior: rarely seen alive. Most knowledge comes from dead specimens or footage captured by ROVs. Anatomy: tentacles equipped with suckers and hooks, perfect for capturing large prey. Fun fact: giant squid's eyes are so large that they can detect a sperm whale swimming hundreds of meters away. 5. Lanternfish. The tiny migratory marvel lanternfish are small, yet they dominate deep-sea ecosystems. Bioluminescence. Photophores along their body are used for camouflage, communication, and mating. Migration. Conduct nightly vertical migrations, moving to surface waters to feed and returning to depths during daylight. Diet: feed on plankton and tiny crustaceans, supporting larger predators like squid, tuna, and whales. Scientific insight: lanternfish migrations are the largest daily migrations on Earth, critical for carbon cycling and global ocean ecology. 6. Barrel eye fish, the transparent wonder. The barrel eye fish, Macropina microstoma, has a transparent head, allowing it to look upward while remaining hidden. Eyes: tubular eyes pass through a clear dome on top of its head. Diet: feeds on small crustaceans and plankton, hovering motionlessly. Adaptation: its transparent head enables stealthy hunting while protecting sensitive eyes from pressure and predators. Fun fact: this fish's eyes can rotate independently, scanning for predators or prey above without moving its body. 7. Fangtooth fish. The fearsome predator despite its small size, approximately 16 centimeters, the fangtooth fish is terrifying. Appearance: massive fang-like teeth, large head, jet black body for invisibility in darkness. Feeding strategy: ambush predator, using its massive teeth to secure prey in a food-scarce environment. Adaptations: minimal movement, slow metabolism, and high-pressure resistance. Scientific insight: its disproportionate teeth ensure that no meal slips away, a critical adaptation in extreme scarcity. 8. Dumbo octopus. Grace in darkness. The Dumbo octopus, Grimpoteuthis, is named for ear-like fins resembling Disney's Dumbo. Movement: flies gracefully through the water using fins and undulating arms. Diet: worms, crustaceans, and small animals. Adaptation: lives at extreme depths, sometimes below 7,000 meters, surviving pressures lethal to most animals. Fun fact: Dumbo octopuses are among the deepest living octopuses known to science. 9. Viperfish. The lurking nightmare. The viperfish is another iconic predator. Appearance: long, fang-like teeth, bioluminescent photophores along the body. Behavior: ambush predator, remains nearly motionless until prey approaches. Bioluminescence: flashes along the body confuse prey or attract attention. Scientific insight: viperfish can survive without food for months, a testament to deep-sea energy conservation strategies. 10. Other fascinating deep-sea species. Deep-sea jellyfish. Some species glow to stun prey or signal mates. Ghost sharks, Chimera, ancient lineage, delicate bodies, rarely seen. Snailfish. Deepest living vertebrates, surviving crushing pressures with flexible skeletons. Dragonfish. Equipped with photophores along its chin, producing red light invisible to most prey. These creatures exemplify the diversity, ingenuity, and alien nature of deep-sea life. 11. Patterns and evolutionary lessons. Bizarre shapes and adaptations emerge due to scarcity, darkness, and pressure. Predators dominate. Sharp teeth, large jaws, and bioluminescence aid hunting. Energy conservation. Slow movement, drifting, and opportunistic feeding. Communication through light. Unique to dark environments where visual cues are critical. Scientific insight. Studying these species helps understand evolutionary extremes, biomechanics under pressure, and biochemistry in energy-limited ecosystems. Blank, wave deep-sea creatures that never see light. Part 4. Bioluminescence, scientific discoveries, and ongoing mysteries. The deep sea is a world of absolute darkness, extreme pressures, and frigid temperatures. Yet it is far from lifeless. One of the most astonishing adaptations in this realm is bioluminescence, the ability of living organisms to produce light. This glowing phenomenon serves multiple purposes, from hunting and camouflage to communication and defense. Bioluminescence is found in an astonishing 90% of deep-sea species, especially below 1,000 meters, highlighting its importance for survival in the midnight zones of the ocean. 1. The science behind bioluminescence. Bioluminescence results from chemical reactions inside specialized light-producing cells called photophores. These cells contain luciferin, a molecule that emits light when oxidized; luciferase, an enzyme that catalyzes the reaction; oxygen; and amp, other cofactors, required for the light-emitting chemical process. The resulting light can be blue, green, or even red, depending on the species. Blue light dominates because it travels the farthest in water, making it ideal for communication and hunting in darkness. 2. Purposes of bioluminescence. A. Hunting and amp. Attracting prey. Some species use light to lure victims within striking distance. Anglerfish. Its glowing esca attracts curious fish directly to its jaws. Viperfish. Uses light flashes to hypnotize or confuse prey before ambushing. Deep-sea jellyfish. Emits pulsing lights to stun or attract plankton. B. Communication. Bioluminescence is also a language in the dark. Lanternfish flash synchronized light patterns to locate mates. Deep-sea shrimp flash to signal danger or mating readiness. Even subtle changes in color, intensity, or frequency can convey specific information in the abyssal darkness. C. Camouflage. In a counterintuitive twist, bioluminescence can be a tool for hiding. Counterillumination. Animals produce light on their undersides to match faint light from above, blending perfectly into the water column. Hatchetfish uses this technique to evade predators while floating in the mesopelagic zone. D. Defense mechanisms. Flash explosions. Vampire squids eject glowing clouds, similar to smoke, to distract attackers. Photophore patterns. Sudden flashes or blinking lights confuse predators, allowing the animal to escape. 3. Incredible bioluminescent creatures. Anglerfish uses a glowing lure to attract prey in total darkness. Vampire squid flashes blue and red light for defense. Lanternfish communicates and avoids predators using photophores. Deep-sea jellyfish pulses colorful lights to stun prey. Hatchetfish produces downward-facing light to remain invisible from predators below. Dragonfish emits red light invisible to most prey, allowing stealth hunting. These adaptations showcase evolution's ingenuity in exploiting the only available light in a sunless world. 4. Modern scientific discoveries. Exploring the deep sea has been historically difficult due to immense pressure, darkness, and remoteness. Recent advances have transformed our understanding. A. Submersibles and AMP. ROVs. Modern submersibles reach depths exceeding 11,000 meters. ROVs, remotely operated vehicles, record high-definition video of life forms previously unseen. Observations include predatory behavior, mating rituals, and vertical migrations. B. DNA and AMP. Molecular studies. Genetic analysis uncovers new species and adaptations. Some deep-sea animals carry unique genes enabling survival under extreme pressure and low oxygen. Bioluminescent bacteria, found in symbiosis with fish like anglerfish, reveal complex chemical communication pathways. C. Marine snow and AMP. Food webs. Marine snow, a constant shower of organic debris from surface waters, supports the abyssal food chain. Tiny crustaceans feed on the detritus, forming the base of the deep-sea ecosystem. Larger predators feed on these small animals, creating a complex food web in perpetual darkness. D. Extreme longevity. Some species, like Greenland sharks, live centuries due to slow metabolism and cold temperatures. Deep-sea corals can live for thousands of years, acting as underwater archives of environmental history. 5. Ongoing mysteries. Despite technological advances, the deep sea remains largely unexplored. Unknown species. Millions of species may exist that we have never seen. Behavioral secrets. Mating, hunting, and social interactions remain mostly hidden. Extreme adaptations. Scientists continue to explore life limits under pressure, cold, and darkness. Bioluminescent communication. Patterns and purposes are only partially understood. Every expedition uncovers new surprises, reminding us of the ocean's vast and mysterious nature. 6. Human impact and conservation. While the deep sea may seem untouchable, humans affect it. Deep sea mining threatens fragile ecosystems. Pollution. Plastic and chemical contamination reach even the most remote depths. Climate change alters ocean currents, temperature, and food availability, impacting deep-sea life. Conservation is crucial to preserve these unique ecosystems before we fully understand them. 7. Lessons from the deep. Resilience. Life survives in conditions humans once thought impossible. Innovation. Bioluminescence and other adaptations show nature's creativity. Interconnectedness. Surface and deep-sea life are linked through nutrients, carbon, and energy cycles. Humility. The deep sea is a reminder of how much of our planet remains unknown. Wave. Deep sea creatures that never see light. Part 5. Conclusion. Fascinating facts, and call to action. The deep sea is more than a mysterious abyss. It is a living laboratory of evolutionary ingenuity. From the epipelagic sunlight zone to the Hadal trenches, life has found a way to survive where humans cannot even imagine. Having explored anglerfish, gulper eels, vampire squids, giant squids, lanternfish, barrel eye fish, fangtooth fish, and Dumbo octopuses, one fact becomes clear. The deep ocean is a world of extremes and wonders, full of life forms that challenge our understanding of biology. 1. Fascinating facts about the deep sea. Extreme longevity. Greenland sharks can live over 400 years, growing slowly and maturing late. Deep-sea corals live thousands of years, acting as natural archives of ocean history. Deepest life. Life thrives even in the Mariana Trench, almost 11,000 meters below the surface, under crushing pressure. Alien-like creatures. Many species resemble science fiction monsters, from fangtooth fish to transparent-headed barrel eye fish. Bioluminescence dominates. Most creatures below 1,000 meters produce their own light to hunt, communicate, or camouflage. Rare encounters. Most deep-sea animals have never been seen alive by humans. We rely on submersibles, ROVs, and rare footage. Food scarcity. Life adapts to extremely limited resources, surviving on marine snow, detritus, or occasional prey. Undiscovered biodiversity. Millions of species likely remain unknown, meaning the ocean still holds countless secrets. 2. The importance of deep-sea exploration. Studying deep-sea life is critical for science and humanity. Climate science. Deep-sea animals play a role in carbon cycling, influencing global climate patterns. Medical research. Bioluminescent chemicals, enzymes, and other adaptations may lead to cancer treatments, antibiotics, and new medicines. Evolutionary insights. Unique adaptations reveal survival strategies under extreme conditions, expanding our understanding of life's limits. Technological inspiration. Studying pressure-resistant bodies and bioluminescent systems inspires engineering, robotics, and materials science. Every expedition into the deep sea teaches us how interconnected life is and how fragile yet resilient our oceans are. 3. Remaining mysteries. Despite technological advances, the deep ocean is still largely unknown. Millions of species remain undiscovered. Behavioral mysteries such as hunting, mating, and migration remain largely hidden. Bioluminescent communication is only partially understood. Life limits under pressure, cold, and darkness continue to challenge scientific knowledge. The deep sea reminds us that Earth's greatest mysteries are still below the waves. 4. Lessons from the abyss. Resilience. Life thrives in conditions humans cannot survive. Creativity of evolution. Bioluminescence, expandable jaws, and transparent heads show nature's innovation. Interconnectedness. Surface and deep sea life are linked through nutrient cycles, migrations, and energy flows. Conservation awareness. Human activity affects even the most remote depths. Protecting oceans ensures the survival of these extraordinary ecosystems. 5. How you can help stay curious. Watch documentaries, read research, and learn about ocean life. Support conservation. Reduce plastic, avoid pollution, and advocate for sustainable fishing and mining practices. Spread awareness. Share knowledge about the deep sea with friends, family, and online communities. Engage with content. Like, comment, and subscribe to channels highlighting deep sea exploration to support educational content. The deep sea is a world of eternal darkness, mystery, and astounding adaptation, where life's ingenuity shines brighter than the sun ever could. Every creature, from the smallest lanternfish to the colossal giant squid, tells a story of survival, evolution, and resilience in a world most humans will never see. 6. Final thoughts. Exploring the deep sea inspires wonder, humility, and curiosity. It reminds us that despite technological advances, our planet still holds secrets beyond imagination. The deep-sea creatures that never see light teach us the power of adaptation, survival, and the resilience of life. As we continue to explore, discover, and understand this alien world, we gain not only scientific insights but also a deeper appreciation for the fragile balance of life on Earth. Thank you for joining us on this amazing ocean adventure. Wave. The sea is full of wonders, and together we've only scratched the surface of its mysteries. Tropical fish sparkles. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Epic Animal World for more incredible journeys into the wild. Bell paw. Drop a comment below and tell us which ocean creature amazed you the most. We'd love to hear from you. Speech balloon. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and stay connected with the epic world of animals. Globe whale. See you in the next adventure.